Hello, can you hear me? Hello? 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 I don't hear anybody. What's Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Oh. Quick one. Let somebody pray for us. One way at a time. Let somebody pray. Very short.
Hello, we are with you.
Yeah, short prayer. Yeah, very short one. Let's speak ahead. Okay.
Good afternoon.
Quick one. Someone should pray for us over there so we can start off.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin Rahmanir Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin Iyyaka na'budu wa nasta'in ihdinas siratal mustaqim siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim. Amen.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank God. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, amen. Thank you. Yeah, quick one. We are looking at the market performance for the week. You know that it's very short week that just had a week of 3 trading day was a holiday. But nevertheless, the market is as expected. It performed as we expected that there will be an uptrend this week.
Huh?
Which,
1 hour 15 minutes.
we saw. Hello, one house, please. One house, please.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ochu John, can you mute your phone? Ochu John,
hello.
mute your line.
Hello, Ambrose.
Yeah.
We lost you.
Yeah, the internet was very, very disturbing. But I'm back now. Sorry for that. We appreciate. Yeah. Please, one house. Please, we don't want any noise in this house, please, so that we can flow. Please. Please. Yes, we are looking at the market performance for the 3 trading day of the week under review. And I'll tell you the factors that were expected to make the market look up are already manifesting. And I told you earlier that whenever you want to look at your analysis when it comes to the market, even individual stock, look at it on a daily or a multiple time frame, daily, weekly, and monthly. And I will tell you the good thing is that as at close of business yesterday, on a daily chart, weekly chart, and monthly chart, the market is looking healthy and strong. Money flow remain above 50. On a daily chart, money flow is within 69. On a weekly chart, also 69. On a monthly chart, 59. It tells you that funds are entering the market in the last few trading days. It's a sign that where we are going. Now, don't forget that this month of July is the main month for any season. That means as from next week, we'll see kind of influx of numbers to the market, and that also will be a plus for the market. And don't forget that I said it earlier that during any season, that there are 4 things that are about to happen in the market. 1, there will be improved sentiment, liquidity, and what momentum, and activities of what bargain hunters, traders, and investors. Because as they are seeing the numbers, it will make you move from one sector to the other. At the same time, one company where they see the result not likely to be positive, they sell off to me. That means we see activity in the market, and that is what we saw last week. And the foreign trader was low, because the market was just trading. That's why you see, volume was below, 1 billion trading was about 845 million was traded because of the holiday. It's understandable. But even that the market breadth and also the market broadly was positive, that tells you that there's no cause for alarm. That means as we cross into the new week, we expect activities to look up. And also, why we're also discussing in class, we're going to do two things today. Fundamentals we're going to discuss, but I want to give you the key important things to know when you are trading the stock market with what we call price action or index action. These two are very important. Either you are trading index or you are trading individual stock, but this price action is very, very important. Why is it that it tells you what is happening in the market? That is why I always say that a good analyst or a good investor, a good trader should know how to work, combine fundamental and technical analysis. It will help you a lot. Once you see activity in the market, the fundamentals will tell you where it's going. But why the technical analysis will give you signs where to buy, when to sell. Don't be guided the market is going up. Always be guided with your work, with your investment objective, so that you know when to be in the market at the right time. Once you are in the market at the right time, there's no cause for alarm again because you are buying at the right time. But when you buy at the wrong time, you'll be complaining. That is why those that have access to our first video on profitable trading with what any season, they are all smiling because they know the strategy, how to apply it, and also working out as this market is going on. For me, it's going to just gather your knowledge at the breadth and at the same time combine these factors and read what is happening in the market. You are good to move. Yes, we're going to start with this chart here, which is the daily chart. You can see it on this place. Let me hold it so that we'll get full understanding of what I want to say here. Yeah, this a daily chart already was just displayed. But this chart has given us insight what is happening in the market and where the market is likely to be next week, apart from the coming MPC meeting. Look at what is happening here. You see for yourself that the market has broken another strong resistance level here, where my cursor is now, with this little gain he had on Friday, 0.21. But with the gain on Thursday, market was able to cover the kind of a correction it had before this, what we call a with 5 extension that is going up now. This we call with 5 extension. Gradually, it has broken this resistance here at 38,500 and something, which is good. But the next target now is if market broke out this 39,000 mark, that means we are smiling and saying. But the major place I want the market to break is this resistance here. Once it breaks it, they will not say yes, market is coming back to even a strong recovery. But yes, we are seeing the factor that will drive this recovery are already manifesting, which is this earnings. And we said it earlier in this program that earnings that we're expecting in this year, half year, will be better than what we saw in 2020, which are already seen. You can see the result that emanated from the oil sector, especially from Total, the one that came from POC gases. The only result I see now that is a bit a deviation from what we're expecting is that of Africa Prudential, that we saw the kind of a decline between their top line and their bottom line. These numbers also give you an insight where other sectors are going. And don't forget that I said it earlier that those companies that lagged in 2020, where markets were rallying because the high cap stocks are the one that put the market up in 2020. This year, we are seeing a gradual recovery and uptrend too. We expect that those companies that lag behind are the ones that will move the market. Now, if you can see a lot of medium cap stocks and blue chips are the ones responding. If you look at what happened last week, that's that most of the low cap stock or low price stocks, people took profit on them to position in those companies that are likely to pay dividend in coming week or coming months. For that, we expect that these activities will remain in the market. That means you as an investor, I've said earlier that what will drive the market is what I've mentioned. But now, technically, you need to know where the market is going so that you won't jump in at the wrong time. That's why you will know how to combine your technical and your fundamental. For those that attended the master class, and most of them are already laughing because why? The stock they enter has even given them more than 20%, 35% in a just less than a month because they enter early. But this time you have to watch because market is bound to correct between now and around end of August. That means if you are entering a stock, watch the position of that stock. Like I said earlier, in any season, you check where the stock is. Is it within the value area technically because we're expecting the result? That technically means between the resistance and the support. In between there is called the value area. If the stock is about to break out the resistance line, You now look at what is the volume tracing that stock. Is the volume increasing at that particular time or decreasing? If you look at what happened in UCAP yesterday and yesterday, look at the volume traded in that stock. It tells you that something is happening. People are getting that stock. That's why the price is moving. That means you need to use volume to know is it the right time for me to enter. Don't enter when the party is over, according to my organ. So when the party is over, everybody want to leave the party, and the door will be choked. That's why I see nobody is picking the stock. You need to buy stock when you see the volume and where it is. If it is at the same time where you call a support level and it's just ready not to go down for that level, you now look at what is volume. Is the volume dry at that particular time when it's going down? If it's dry, you know that the next thing that is like to turn up, you start buying. At the point of breakout, that is at the resistance level. See the point that you want to break out. If you want to break out with a new volume, you can jump in. That will give you how to invest technically. Yes, as I'm just saying now from this volume, we're looking at what we call index action. This is not price action, the market index action, because market direction also have 50% of other sector or individual stock. That means when market is going up, it's about to draw some stocks up. That means you need to also know where the market is going. That's why we're going to start with looking at the NGS ASI index performance action. You need to know why it's doing. Once you know what is performing, it will go a long way to guide you. Now that we have just broken a little, still on a dicey area, because this was the breakout was just little. What we saw yesterday. Then on Monday, the possibility it will continue is high, depending on the numbers of results that also hit the market and how the performance is. But for me, I'm not afraid of any performance any longer, because we have seen inside where these numbers are going. That was the way that the market will likely to go up. And also, don't forget that if these numbers becoming more attractive as expected, funds is likely to leave some investment window at this point to come to position ahead of Q3 number and full year, knowing that it's only equity market you can beat inflation with ease. There was some windows will be leaving, fund will leave some window to come to this equity market for this period, and that also tells you that as the oil price also is oscillating, we don't expect that there will be a sell-off by foreign investors that are already in the market to go out now, because our oil, despite the oscillation and everything, they are still running at oil will remain around $68 and above. For that, I don't see them dumping. For that, we expect that this trend we are seeing will continue. But don't be carried away. Set a goal for yourself. Once you meet your goal to sell off, don't say because the market is going up. No, it can turn at any time, because profit taking is part and parcel of the market anytime. People that make what you want to sell, you draw it down. But if you're in a good stock, any pullback too at the same time is also a plus for you to buy stock. Don't just that means if you have made money and you want to enter, once there's a pullback, you can also use the opportunity to buy into the company again. Don't just stay outside, but watch the market using fundamental and technical at all times. That will be a good one for us to do at this season, especially now that any season has kicked off in a good dimension, because the numbers are coming are surprising. Because the number that, like I said earlier, that came from Total, who all of you have seen, can see that they're different. And that's what gives you an insight to what's expected in that sector. And don't forget that I've been hammering on oil sector in this class for a long time, that because of what we saw, the rate, they increased their prices, kind of price adjustment late last year and even early this year, that we're about to see a good number emanating from that sector, which we are already seeing. And also don't forget, also I mentioned banking sector. I see banking sector also going to release a good number, because factors that impact banking activities during this first half of the year, they're also positive. For that, there are sectors that we are looking at to see more number. We are not surprised seeing the number of African Prudential looking that way, but we'll be that they can better it before the end of the year. But if you're an African Prudential, what we do now, just to cut loss and move elsewhere and come back when you see another stability in that stock and jump against the end of the year. But for me, stock like UCAP, we need to also position before it crosses 8 naira. Because if you buy anything above 8 naira, I don't see how much you're going to make at the end of the year. But if you enter that store before 8 naira, so that when they finally release their result at the end of the year and it's getting around 10 naira, you cannot come out with that 2 naira profit, because 80 kobo or 85 you go to expect. They expect more than that. And also comparing the price of African Prudential UCAP, with that of UBA, you can see that for me. Also, let me not mention stock because I want to give you some stock to buy. So look at UBA activities now, the price setting and that of UCAP, and see where you should be at this particular time. For me, UCAP, you are sure that 80 kobo will come at the end of the day. They paid 70 kobo last year. If they are forecasting 1 naira, 4 kobo, and 50 kobo, but for me, I'm looking at 110 and 120 from them. Because if at the end of half year they're having 52 kobo earning per share, the point that they will make 1 naira 10 kobo is high. And these two, they are saying they are going to around 105 if you analyze it. But that they want to beat it aside, because every company that's giving focus or analysis, they are about to beat their focus. That is the way to assess the company. They cannot even go below. When they go below, it's a slap on them. That means they're likely to beat that focus of 104, 105. They have given us analyze a figure. For me, you can look at this to UBA and look at where you should be at this particular time that the market is in this move. That is how to look at the market. Then, if you want to look at technically, I've told you factors on fundamental. If you want to trade stock using what we call price action alone, there are key things that I want you to just note in this class so that it will guide you. But if you want to get material for all these technical things, I think we have about 5 videos that will be ready. They are technical and fundamental in the next 3 days or 4 days, so that you prepare your mind. Those videos will teach you how to use all these indicators I'm going to mention, or we're going to see how to trade it effectively in equity market. If you know how to use those videos to trade, you're also going to make money. Then if you are trading price action as a trader or investor, the key things that you need to know here is how to use your candlestick. Your candle chart is very important. Why I said so is now I'll show you a daily chart. I see where it is. As to speak now, this candlestick you are looking here has not given us any signal whether the market will continue up or down, because this normal candlestick or small candle is not a long one, it's not a tall one. That means we need to wait for. But when you turn this to a weekly chart, you get a better picture where the market is going on a weekly basis. I know that we are trading most of our trade are weekly basis here. Yes. From here, you can see that this chart is more pronounced and more obvious for you to see. You can see that there's already a strong chart candlestick here. But what was before this strong green candlestick is what we call a hammer. A hammer after it was a downtrend. And you see this hammer where it formed. What was the next up market? Check this hammer. Everywhere you see this hammer in this chart, weekly chart, the next thing is an uptrend. Look at this hammer here first. Check here. Check here. This is a hammer. It's only here that you can see that this is an invert hammer. But market model, that is market for you. But look at here. Look at here. Look at here. That means this market on a weekly chart has told us already, or given us an indicator that market is likely to sustain the uptrend going forward. And also, if you look at the money flow in the market as we speak now, then this will make me. I'll now go to another chart to show you the money flow index, or so that you see what has happened in the market in terms of funds entering the market at this particular time. You need to know the size of fund that is in the market. This size of fund in the market will go a long way to tell you what is happening in the market. Once you know that, you will understand what I'm saying. You see this money flow index on a daily chart. You can see that it's already looking up, reading 69.40. This on a daily chart. If you go on a weekly chart, you can also see that the money flow is looking up, reading what? It tells you that funds are coming back to the equity space. That means you should not panic. And I told you that any season, the factors that go with them, which this chart are already confirming, that there must be liquidity, positive sentiment, there must be momentum and activities. The chart already tells you that funds are entering the market as we speak. And when funds are in the market, it tells you that funds are entering individual stocks in the market, and that tells you that those stocks are likely to go up. But when there is a sell down and funds is in the market, you see it on the chart, on the money flow index. But now that it's telling us that funds are entering, all you just need to look at those stocks that have that potential to rally, or those that are already in, that are rallying, you watch them. Once you hit your target, you come out. You don't need to shake at this point or want to jump from one stock to the other. No, unless you are in a stock that you see that the expected earnings will be negative or won't be able to meet your expectation, you can exit and jump to another one. Or you want to wait for results to hit you, to meet you in the market. That is why those that have those videos have entered a week, 2 weeks, or a month before this season, before this period, to know that when results come, market react to it, they will be in profit. That's why you don't invest, really, if you're a trader, to wait for results. No, you must be in the stock before results hit the market. It's only investors that are looking for want to see, how the company have performed before they can move to another stock. But for those that are traders, you position ahead of what? Ahead of the number. Then you can see money flow on a monthly chart. You can see it's still reading 65. Says that funds are still heady in the market now. Expected to more will come. More will start seeing a better number, especially when the banking sector starts releasing their dividend. You'll be surprised how the market looks like, because you know that the banks are the major sector in the market that are consistent in dividend payment and also full year. But that once the institutional investors start seeing this result, they are about to also move some funds to their equity positions. That means you and I should not just panic ourselves or worry ourselves. What we don't need to do, we should stop position in the right stocks and watch for what is the next to do. And that is the only way to go this time. There is no cause for alarm at all. All we don't need to just stay in the right position and wait and see how the market is going to treat those portfolio you have. We don't need to panic. And when it comes to volume, forget that I told you about volume in all our meetings. Look at the volume here. This volume, the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks, have been oscillating. I tell you also, you can look at up here that also market has been in up and down trend, which market has remained in a consolidated wave or some trading, just consolidated, trying to go up and down, but not breaking down, not breaking up, because market is waiting for information, and information is already at the corner now. The market breaking out from this consolidated level is high, and it will break it because of impressive numbers we are seeing. And but the good thing that I can see that volume are looking up gradually here. Once they're looking up and support this uptrend, market will break out and continue in the up direction. On that note, all you don't need this time, just hold your position and wait. The numbers we have seen so far, the one that came from UCAP, from Unilever, from Total, from POC Gases, and now from Africa Prudential. That's only one. That is the only one that I see is a bit outside our expectation. Others are looking up, and that tells you that this market is serving something for all of us that are playing it, or that want to be intelligently and wisely and invest with knowledge. Don't be carried away with market. I believe by now, every one of us in this class should know that once you have your target as an investor, don't allow whatever that person is doing to influence you. Once you meet your target, you can flip, you can just sell off, unless you have other information. Yes, you can still hold on, but I advise that once you hit your target and the market is at the point of a new breakout that you are not sure of, sell your 50% there and hold your cash and watch. Once the breakout, you can even jump back, because most time when the market goes toward a strong support return level, it might try to pull back. That's why we have double top in the technical analysis. Once you get that double top, it might form a top there that it is not breaking out. When you get there, the gasoline or the force that moved that price to there will be a bit weak. You are about to see a pullback. Then you can set them when it pull back again, you can now enter. But if you break out that strong resistance level with a high volume, you can jump in. That's why when you get there, every investor anywhere in the world or trader will always very careful. Can I sell part of my position and what should I to break out this way? Because once you break out, that means you have started a new rally again, which is good for you. But invest wisely and take no advantage of this market, recovering or rally to make money. And by what? By keeping to rules. Let your go guide you. Don't let the market to toast you front and back. Let your go guide you so that you do the right stock and the right wealth at the right time. Once you are there, you are good to go. Yes, I'm saying that the key trading key to know when we are using price action. I mentioned one. I said the candlestick, which I showed you how to use candlestick. Just a few minutes here. Then the next one is that know the kind of instrument you are trading. If you are trading stock, the way you use candlestick for stock is different from the way you use candlestick to trade forex or to trade Bitcoin. That's why those videos we are saying is very, very important for you, because you might go online, though you'll be reading a technical analysis that they use to trade Bitcoin currency. You might not have the same thing, but if you are trading, following a technical analysis that use chart to trade stock, you understand, because you need to have element of knowledge of fundamental attack to become effective trader. But for those that are doing Bitcoin and doing currency, the kind of chart they use is the same technical analysis but different. What I mean different, that the way they read candlestick for currency is different way they read currency for stock. That's why you need to understand and know exactly where you belong, so that at the end of the day you will be smiling, because knowledge is power. This time technology has made things easier. If you have knowledge, you don't need to be chatting your broker. You can trade from the corner of your office when you are eating in your restroom in your office. Even on your laptop you can trade, but you must have knowledge. That's why know what kind of market you are trading, instrument you are trading, and also know in the indicators you are using. Many people use different indicators, but for me, I don't use more than 2 indicators to trade. The one that you understand, key to it. Once you understand that indicators that work for you, use it anytime. And that's why it's good also to manage your emotion. Manage your emotion. When I mean manage your emotion, set your goal from onset, what you want to make in a stock the day you are buying it. All of you here will be a witness to me that an investor, once we are giving you a buy range, a set target. Once you hit it, I would say go. Like do that 3 masterclass, 3 of the position by Monday are hitting their target. I will say sell, but if they decide to go back, that is for them because we practice what we preach. We will say sell, if we want to go, we will have different information. But because we use technical analysis and we feel that it's going to go up again, we will let you know. But that is why you need to know indicators that work for you. That indicator is one part of the videos that are ready, so that you should prepare your mind to get those videos for the indicators so that you cannot flow. Most times, if MACD is the one that works for you, fine. If MACD is a moving average, fine. The one that works for you, the chart patterns, okay, that you will learn, you go see them in the videos that work for you. Give that chart pattern before you know it, you are there. I said, manage your emotion. That is the third point. Manage your emotion. Here it comes to setting goal, buy range, and set target. The last one is repeat your strategy. This strategy of using candlestick and knowing what repeat it again. Once you repeat that, you're able to backtest it and use it to trade often. But also at all times, even if you are using technical analysis or fundamental, always know why a stock is moving. Go technically, but when you say a spike in a stock, you must find out why it is stock moving up direction. You need to understand why the stock is going up. Once you know why the stock is going up at that particular time, you cannot make a move because your technical analysis will give indicator. Like what we are saying now, I'll give you a sign. If I'm going to trade, I know that funds are entering market on a daily chart, on a weekly chart. I know that I'm not panicking. That means funds are coming back to equity gradually. Then you're not putting in those stocks that will attract the fund because there are some stocks that when they are undervalued, people look at them, they start entering on, or what you're expecting that stock to do. Are they going to pay 3 dividend or full year that is better? These are the things you factor into your technical analysis to know where you are going in the market. It's not one way standing on only technical analysis alone or standing on fundamental alone. You must combine the two to become effective trader and use this market to grow your wealth. Because all we're doing here is how to use your knowledge in equity investment to want to build your to plan your retirement, to do all that concern you, so that you depend on one source of income. You must have multiple sources of income. That's why you are here. As you're earning salary, how can you say that errand? If you have a business, how can you say your profit and errand? If you have extra money, how can you multiply it? If that means you need to get knowledge. That's why at any of our meetings, just create time and join us. Even the master class, those are in master class that came last time. I'm telling you, all of them are smiling to the bank. Why? Just less than a month, the 5 stocks that I recommend, 3 or 4 of them have given them the target they need, which by Monday. That means it's enough for them to smile to the bank. They're not waiting for the 90 days window again. If you decide to wait, good is possible. It tells you that once you have information at the right time and you take action, you're already in money. That is how to invest. And these are the 4 steps to take. 1, know how to use your candlestick chart. Another 1, know what instrument you are trading. Are you trading stock? Are you trading currency? The one that you are trading, master it. And know your indicator. Your indicator that work for you. The one that work for me must not work for you. Most of my team members, some use other indicators here and there. At the end of the day, they will come to me, how do you use your own? I will explain. But it is that one that will help you to take information. So that's why we have to put that indicators out for investors to have access. That's why by next 3 days, or I think by before Wednesday, those videos will have 5 videos, different prices. Get them and have access, and then you have access to knowledge and you move on, because the market is transparent and it's technology driven. For that, you need to know how to do technical analysis. The market depending on fundamental, I would say it has gone, but now you have to compare with something else. You might have fundamental to choose your right stock is good, but the right price to buy it or sell it, you need technical to know, so that you won't be just buying at the wrong time. Like people that say Nestle is good, I agree it's good. The price to buy Nestle that you make money is more important to you. Not that the company is good alone. Fundamental is strong, but the right price to buy and you make money is more important to me and you. That means you must know how to use your technical to know the right price to buy and the right price to sell. Once you sell, people that enter stock like UPDC now at 1 naira 52 kobo, 51 kobo, they sold. Now they are waiting that this stock is finding a base at 1 naira 27 kobo, 130. One is that this support level becomes stronger. Then because at any moment from now you start going up, if their numbers come and it's positive, then they are looking at it. That's how to trade. You don't say because the fundamental is good. No, you look at charts and look at what from there coming. Then you can combine the two and make informed decisions. Don't just stand on one leg. I'm a fundamentalist. I'm a technician. No, you must know how to combine the two, so that at the end of the day, you come out with good results in your trading portfolio. That is how to go this time. Yes, for this week, I'm not doing one particular fundamental. I just mentioned the result that came from Total was fantastic, and which you all know. But that gives a sign where Total is going. If Total at the end of half year we are seeing 23 naira earning per share, for me, it tells you that we expect nothing less than 40 or 38 naira from Total. At the end of the day, Total may also pay you another 10 naira, or even more than that, plus this 4 naira interim. That means that stock should not sell below 250 naira. For me, this price also is a stock you can also look at. But if you look at the price of UCAP, I would say UCAP have just repeated what I kind of discussed in the master class, that when you are trading anywhere in the world, what you do is look at when market is rallying up, look at stock that has a good earnings that is rallying up, look at the stock that is making a new prices. These three things will guide you to make some decision if you are a trader. When market is going down, you also need to manage your position. But when market is going up, look at stock that had a strong earnings that are going to support the price, and the price is also making an uptrend, and the market is looking up. These three factors, when you combine it, you know the right stock to buy at all given time. What we saw in UCAP and the Vitaco before now, there's a lot of strong numbers, and it's also showing you where they are going. That means if you are in this kind of stock, you don't need to panic out. You hold your position to watch where it's going before you can take profit. Even when you take profit, also there's a line that you can draw if you are trading technically. All these stocks that are making uptrend, draw a 50 days moving average on them or 20 days moving average. Once they touch it and go back, when they touch it, it's the time that they break down. But when they break it up again, you can also know that it's a new trend they are trying to form. If you have all this knowledge at the back of your mind, you will go a long way to harvest more dividend from this market, apart from the company. Dividend, when I mean more profit from this market, that is what we need. It's about knowledge investing, not guessing. This is how to invest at this period in time, because any season has honestly started on a good note. For that, we all are looking to expect more results in the market. On that note, this is how I'll draw the market review today. Then if you have any question or addition to what I just said, you are free to contribute from the class. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambrose. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. A very good analysis. And we just pray that God will continue to give you the wisdom to guide and direct us in this class. I have a couple of questions. Number one, the Owando is not even available in the market. So I want to find out from you on the average, what prices are you looking at in Owando? Then Cutis, or what they call it, Cutis, this cable and others.
Cutis, yeah.
That one is also not in the market at all. Yes, it's not. Some shares came out yesterday, and before I could click trade, it has disappeared. Then you posted something on Zenith Bank, but the figures are not available, at least for us to see whether it's making any move or not, although it's subject to the approval of Central Bank.
Bless you, you that one already.
So I would like you to advise on all these ones, for us to really take, because although those ones are not even available, so we don't even, some of us have shares in it. How long can we hold? Because looking at other stocks in that sector, Total, none of them is selling at that price of Owando. Although the news came out, which you posted about, Owando settling with SEC and others. So we all know that the price of the stock is grossly undervalued. So what is your advice concerning some of these stocks? Thank you.
Okay, I will start from Zenith Bank, which you just said that Zenith Bank they just approved, the board approved the number until what's it called, CPN approved. We won't know the figure, but expect that Zenith Bank will not pay you anything less than the 30 kobo entry they have paid. They can make it 35, 40, fine, but don't expect that they pay you less, which is good. And it's a bank that is selling around 25 naira. If at the end of the year you're expecting around the 3 naira, the 3 naira dividend and altogether, they are likely, that means price to sell above 30 naira, which is a plus. Look that way. And for Owando and the Curtis you just mentioned, those in buy and sell signal, I remember I gave this stock Curtis to buy, but once he hit our target of 21, we sold technically. But when they announced the 1-for-1 bonus, then it's not available again. But if you can't get that one, you don't need to kill yourself. Unless you are interested in the bonus, I can say be going to that you can get. But for me, after the bonus, the price will also find its level, because automatically they want to increase their shares, which I know the price will come down. If their earnings is not enough to support that additional shares, it might also bring the price down. But for stock like Owando, why is it I want to draw Owando chart? That's why I have to change to the meta store. I want us to see Owando chart together so that we can rub our mind. I see that Owando is going somewhere technically. And if that is what we're expecting, I don't see Owando going. Wait, I'm coming. Let me bring Owando chart up. Please, I'm coming. Hello. Hello, class. Yeah. Can you see this Owando chart here?
Yes, we can see
them. You can see this long candlestick here and here. This after the news came out on Monday after market has closed, and this you can see this candlestick shows that this is a full demand candle, green, 100% green, and 100% buy volume, and with what? With 10% gain on these 2 daily basis or 9 point something gain for these 2 days. But what you now look at, where is Owando going at this point? I said it that if stock like ethanol is selling for 7 naira, 15 kobo, we don't expect Owando to be selling at 10 naira. That is wrong. But technically, we know where Owando is coming. That's why I say let me call Owando chart up so that we can see it together. This is a daily chart. I want us to go back to a weekly chart for Owando. This is Owando weekly chart. Owando has a strong resistance level where it is now, which is around 4 naira. Once it breaks out this 4 naira at this level, let me draw this straight line here. At this level here, this is a strong resistance number for Owando. And the good thing is that I said when it stops at this resistance number and look at the volume that is traded here, this is about 5.1 million. And look at what the last one, this was 11. Look at, see the volume that because it's not available, that's why you see a lesser volume here. But for me, here Owando is bound to break out this strong resistance level. Look at from all the way here, you can see that this is a strong point of Owando. Once Owando break out this one to around 6 naira, there might be a little pullback from this price. When Owando get to around 6 naira, or let me put so I'm coming up. Let me look at this price here. I see Owando pulling back around 6 naira, 6 naira. Yeah. Sorry. Around this place. That's why I see Owando pulling back around 6 naira. For my chart, I go and make book. No, this when Owando pull back at 6 naira or 580, you can enter if it's not available now. But if you are in Owando, you don't need to panic at now. Just hold on, because there's one thing that is going to work for Owando. I will explain to you. During the course of the agreement or the kind of settlement agreement or reached by the two parties, the SEC said Owando should release all their outstanding results. And let's assume that the case they had the issue 2018 or 2019. For 2019 to date, Owando has about 12 or 10 audited result, quarter result to release quarterly for 2019 to date. If you are to be 2018 to date, that's about 14 quarter result to release. And out of this number we're expecting, yes, the earlier ones might be a bit negative, but let's say from 2020 to date, we expect to see a little improvement in their number. If that reflects in Owando's number, and at the end of the day, Owando would likely to hit 12 naira, 10 naira with ease. But don't panic now. Say you want to exit your position. No. Just if you have made money, you can just sell half and see what. For those that want to buy, when you see a pullback, enter in Owando. But let this number guide you. What is the number? It will tell you what we're expecting. What we're seeing now is people position ahead of those numbers and also on the strength of the news that just came. But what was obtaining this price up is the numbers we're expecting, which I know is part of their discussion. That means any moment from now, we'll start seeing Owando number coming to the market. When they start hitting the market, we give you an insight what to do. For me, Owando is a good stock to go. And those that attended by the masterclass, all of them are even paying for investor. Why? Because they took advantage of the information and say, come, this market is, Owando is on their price, it's on their value. Take information and let's see what we do. And they jump into it, and all of them are smiling. That means for coming the next coming masterclass, I also encourage people to come because we've already seen 2 stocks that I want to share on that masterclass of October. Just to us again, you need to understand how to enter the stock. If you're in the stock before information comes, to make money. This is one of them. This Owando for me is going somewhere. Don't panic out if you're wonderful. Once you have made 100% of your position, you can sell half and watch. That is how to go about Owando position now. For those that are not there, still patient. At 580, 6 naira, I will see a pullback. I expect a pullback to come at 580, 6 naira. That pullback can jump in. Also, you can make a position around 8 naira or 10 naira and come out. Just watch Owando. Owando is going somewhere. Owando has no fundamental for us to jump on now. It's just we're looking at market reaction. This is a woman pattern. This is a market pattern we're seeing. Activities in the market, candlestick. But when we see the result, it will add a boost to this Owando uptrend. Just start your patent. For futures, I told you, for futures, 1-for-1 bonus is what is driving the stock, and the share in issue is not much again. And also, don't forget that They have also they also have some institutional investors, like institutional investors, but people that has good portion of them of the stock that are not selling, putting back. That's why it's not available. For you to have 1-for-1 bonus, they want to take advantage of that. That's why the stock is not in the market. Don't kill yourself for that. Other opportunities are still there in the market. Hello. Hello.
Oando is the most liquid stock in the oil sector. Okay, Ambrose, continue.
Go ahead, sir. Continue, sir. No problem. Continue, sir. Go ahead.
Hello, Alaji. Why don't you finish, sir?
Continue, sir. Go ahead, sir. Hello, sir. Continue, sir.
Alaji, please finish. Ambrose, please just give Alaji some minutes.
Alaji, continue, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Ambrose, let Alaji continue because we can't even hear you from now.
Yeah, continue, sir. Yeah.
Okay, as regard to Oando, Oando is the most liquid stock in the oil sector. First and foremost, they have over 12 billion issued and clear paid. And then forget, before the rally, you will see that at a part. Okay, I'm talking. Before the rally, at a particular point they couldn't sustain it. Yesterday, it closed with a bid of 11 billion. So when you look at 11 billion, yes, the bidding have subsidized 3 million to only 11 million. And just 1.6 million traded yesterday. So I envisage that by Monday, the bidding may not be up to 11 million, but definitely sure it will gain 10%. Thereafter, by Tuesday, the Oando is likely going to be available. And give and take, I believe by 5 naira, you will see the Oando may likely by Wednesday, the rally may not continue. But if it really continue, then the rally may continue up to 6 naira. But I don't see it going beyond that, because most of the traders that have got this stock an average price of 3 naira plus, by the time it hit 5 naira, they have already gained more than 50%. And as a trader, play your part and live for the rest. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah. Any other question? Yeah. Sorry for the internet, please. I don't understand what is happening today. Thanks for your understanding. Yeah.
Ambrose, you can continue now.
Yes, I've read the question, more question. Thank you very much, sir. Questions so that we can hand up on time. Question.
Alaji, good afternoon, sir.
Hello, sir. Question for you, sir.
Good afternoon,
Ambrose.
No,
Ambrose.
Sir.
Yeah, I just want to add to what you said on Oando.
Okay.
Yeah, you cannot compare, Ambrose, you cannot compare Oando with Eternal Oil. Eternal Oil, yeah. Hello?
Go ahead, sir. Well, sir. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, Eternal Oil is in the downstream. Oando is majorly of upstream. The only, yes, play out very well because it's the only stock that comes after September. So Oando cannot be classified as downstream. It's majorly an upstream player. So that is what I want to add to it.
You are very correct. But what I'm saying that I'm not measuring in terms of their sectors. I'm looking at the price. Oando asks what it is to rally that, what we are seeing in Tana. That's why I just mentioned, not that they are in the same business or terms of the same either upstream or downstream. I'm looking at the price in that sector. Oando can be selling at 4 naira. Why that stock be selling at 7 naira 15 kobo? I accept what you have said, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Any other question, please?
Let me share some perspective.
Go ahead, sir.
Eternal Oil in Q1 2020 had a turnover of 17.5 billion, but their turnover dropped in first quarter 2021 to 14.39 billion. But the only interesting thing about Eternal Oil was that they moved from a PAT of 358 million negative to 254 million positive. And before a company moves from negative to positive, it has wiped its negative to zero. Yeah. It has wiped its negative to zero first before it now gains. So if you add both of them, it gives you an idea what they actually made before they became positive. Now, there is a drop in assets, in their total assets, from 35.7 billion to 30.9 billion. Yes. So it is true that Owando has not released its results. We're not comparing sector to sector, but Owando is a bigger company when it comes to assets, when it comes to turnover, and I believe when it comes to profits, they'll be more profitable. But the supply for Eternal Oil, the supply may not be as much as the demand, and that is why the price is gyrating upwards. I think that is the same thing that happens to stocks like UCAP. UCAP has a total of 6 billion in issue. So when a stock has about 6 billion in issue, and what is tradable is not even that much. Hello?
Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, so UCAP, for instance, has about 6 billion in issue. And if a stock has 6 billion in issue like UCAP, and the demand is there, but the supply is not there, price will definitely give. So that is what I think is playing out for UCAP. And that is actually what I think is also playing out for Eternal. But Owando is a more diversified stock, and they'll have more
potential to go up. Yeah.
Yes.
More potential to go up. Yeah. I agree with you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, another hand is up there, Mr. Simon Padaka. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Ambrose, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, thank you for the presentation.
Thank you, sir.
I have a question pertaining MTN.
Okay.
African Prudential.
Okay.
I don't know whether you have information on their results yet. Are they likely to pay interim dividend as they did last year?
Okay.
What will you advise? Should we buy or hold, or what? I mean, hold our position on MTN?
For MTN, it's a straight one. Hold your position on MTN if you're already there, because I tell you, MTN is among the stocks that move the market. Who will know? It's also a defensive stock. But if you look at their performance in Q1, I will tell you that is the best number they have sent to the market since they become a listed company. They might do better before when they are on yet quoted, but since they quoted on the exchange, this first quarter result is one of the best results so far. And I believe if that trend is maintained in the Q2 half year, the MTN will go up. And don't forget that they pay 3 dividends for their half year. For that, I will say hold your MTN if you are in MTN. For Africa Prudential, yes, because of the...
Sorry. South Africa Prudential.
Okay.
Well, my observation on African Prudential is this.
Okay.
Their liquid asset, that's a cash and cash equivalent from this their result,
okay,
shows a significant movement from 1 billion to about 74 billion.
Okay.
So, though that's increased their depositors' liability.
Yes.
I'm looking at it from a profitability angle. Is there a prospect, a better prospect for them in the second half of the year, based on the fact that they have huge cash to play around with?
Yes, it's about what I just said when I was doing the presentation, that for me, if you are in Africa Prudential at this point, yes, the market will treat Africa Prudential because of the result. It might drop. Then if you want to cut your loss, when it drops to the level that become a strong support level, one can turn back, because for the next half, which is the second half of the year, we might see an improvement. But if the way it is, the number did not improve, the price will not go more. But that because what they paid last year is lower than what you can pay. And if that is repeat itself again this year, the price will not rally much. Like what you just mentioned about the cash reserve, it might be a plus, but converting it to profit is what matters for me. Because people are looking at profitability, that's what comes to investor at anywhere. That every investor want to know what is earning per share of this company. But that will inform what they pay out of it. For them, as at the second quarter now, they're having 40 kobo earning per share. Let's say at the end of the year, they have 80 kobo. That means 80 kobo or 1 naira. You don't expect them to pay much dividend that support the price, the way the price of liquor for rally. For me, if you are there, just hold position. But if you want to cut loss, once you have not lost more than 10% or max 13 or 14, cut it and go to that store and come back later when it has come a strong support level. But if liquidity in the market improves, tremendously up, all this stock might not go down much because of their numbers. But if people are looking at where they can make money, people will sell it down to move to where they see that the earnings is going up and price is going up. That will support it. That is what I see in Africa Prudential. But for MTN, put your position and wait for their Q2 results. Yeah.
Thank you very much. There is a question for you on the chat. I don't know whether you can read it.
Okay, I'm not seeing it. Okay, Mr. Valentine. Okay. Yeah, your hand is up. Your question. Hello, Mr. Valentine, your hand is up. Okay, Lawa, let Lawa go ahead. Lawa hand is up also up. Lawa, go ahead with your question.
Hello, good afternoon, Ambrose.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Hello, Ambrose.
I'm with you, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, on this your video you are advising us to buy.
Yes, sir.
No, most of us are not a stockbroker or an expert in reading this video or the chart. Is it possible for us to read it when we buy it?
Yes, now that's why I said this one comes with.
How do we understand it? Because most of them we are not technically, at the advantage as most of the stockbrokers say. Can we understand it when we buy it?
Yes, you understand it. The intro here, you give the elementary explanation of all the intro. Then when you go to advanced, then you will now see the difference between, you have the foundation already. You must have foundation. That's why you have the video 1, video 2, video 3 to build that foundation. You must have foundation first. Then as you are going, you now make a choice. When market is oscillating, what kind of indicator you use? It has been discussed in that video. But if market is trending up, what kind of indicator you should use? All those are discussed in the video so that it will make it easier for you. And the one that works for you is the one that you want to backtest. You want to repeat to see, then you now know why you are using the indicator. What works for me might not work for you because of how different investment go. That's why you have series of indicators to study, or you see the foundation of those studies so that you build on those foundations to become an expert. That's why I have for foundational level, we have for intermediate and for advanced, we have for professional. You can go through it. Yeah. It's very easy to understand. Make it so simple. It's well demystified. Well demystified so that you can have access to knowledge and use it to your own advantage. Yeah. Okay, I have another hand. Viola hand is up. Hello. Hello. Hello.
I can't hear you.
Miss Viola, your hand is up.
I can't hear you again, please.
Miss Viola, your hand is up. Can you ask your question? Hello.
Mr. Ambrose, we can't hear you.
I'm hearing you.
I can't hear you again. No.
Me, I'm hearing you. Hello? Hello?
Please, people should switch off their mic so that we can hear him properly.
Hello, I'm hearing you. Let Viola. Hello? Let Viola answer. Your hand is up. Hello?
Although I can't hear you well better, at least.
For that update.
Yeah, please, can you share the result with us, please?
Now, 2019. Okay, hold on. That was it has been there since 2019. Let me see.
He's just telling us that there's results up to 2019, so we can all lay hands on that.
Hello.
For me, I just want to. Yeah, thank you, Mr.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Yeah.
My question is that total as demand and supply is affecting the stock. So, what is the? I can't hear you, Mr. Ambrose. Your network is very bad.
Don't know what happened today. I don't know. Can you hear me?
My question is on total and the availability.
For me, total.
Hello, Mr. Ambrose.
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, for the person that asked the result when it was published, the EPS.
Hello.
For third quarter 2019 cumulative.
Hello.
No, we cannot
The
hear
network
you.
is still very bad.
I don't know.
Chifoko, please go ahead with your details.
Yeah.
Okay, so their EPS was 68 kobo.
For which company?
The full year. So that's the information.
Thank you very much.
Hello, sorry, I don't know what happened today. I've been trying my almost full internet. I'm seeing wave here and there. Yeah. Miss Biola, I didn't hear your question. Can you come again? I didn't hear your question.
Thank you, Mr. Ambrose. My question is on the availability of Total.
Okay.
The stock is not available, so what can we do to get it?
No, for me, yeah, because of the small share initial of Total, it also look like it might be that like that, and also the shareholding structure also favor that the stock might not be available. If you can lay your hand on it, I believe for the last 2 days now we are seeing volume in that stock. Try and get, if you can get that stock below 210, it's okay, or 220, because I see the stock touching 250, 260 with ease. That means if it's stock that I can target by Monday, they can get it for you around 220, 215. Go ahead and get it. That is the right buying. For me, that is about Total will still go up because of the number we're seeing. This is an interim dividend. They will pay full year. Before now, Total paid their interim in third quarter, but they are paying in second quarter now. Nobody knows what we're going to do at the end of their third quarter. Before they pay third quarter so that their shareholders will use for Christmas. That is their culture for years. But because they were in red for the past 2 years, they didn't pay interim. They only pay their full year, 6 naira, something and something. But now they are started with second quarter, 4 naira. We don't know what they do in their third quarter, but that is their normal day, period of pay interim. That means you can get the stock at anything below 220. For me, it's a good one, because at the end of the year, when Total will pay around 10 naira or even more than that, stock will still rally. Better you enter one Total now at this point. That is why it's your Total, because they have fundamentally sound stock. Stability is there already. We have seen it. For that, let's position in Total. Also, for those that attend the masterclass, actually Total have hit our target price already. But if you can still sell, I will advise you do something. For those that are buying at this point, you have potential to go up. Go ahead and buy. Go ahead and buy. Hello.
Hello, Ambrose. Please.
Are you okay?
Please, the MPC meeting.
MPC what of Adova? Can we buy Adova? See the way all the oil and gas stock seems to be firing. I don't know if Adova is something we can look at.
Okay. For me, among the stock that we are taking from this class, Adova is one of them. Adova, UBA, FCMB, and Fidelity are the stocks we are looking at this at the end of this class, so that you can take before the network go. I don't know what's happening. I'll do like my MTN, Airtel. I'll use them to. I don't know why it's fluctuating, but that is the weather where I am. I don't know. The stuff to watch for this week is UBA, FCMB, and Adova. These are the first stock to buy for this week. As we're expecting their numbers to be in the market any moment from next week and August.
Fidelity.
Yeah.
And Fidelity.
Yeah.
Can you take it again?
What of Owando?
UBA. Owando is there already, but if you can get it now, you can get the Owando. There's no cost for life. You can get it. Go ahead. But for me,
Ambrose, can you take it again?
Yeah, UBA, FCMB, Fidelity, and Adove.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. These are the stock for this week. Yeah, the internet here, I don't know. I'm very, very surprised. I have almost 4 internet I'm using here now on my phone.
Ambrose, please, the LPC that is coming up on Tuesday, Wednesday, what impact is going to have on the market?
For me, I don't see them changing rate. That will not have much. If the rate is stabilized, market will fire up more. But even when it adjusted up a little, it will affect some stock. But I don't see it adjusting, because I know that a little adjustment will affect equity market because of the low. When interest adjusted up, it won't affect the market. Cost of borrowing will high. But because the economy have not stabilized, I don't see CBN and his team adjusting rate now, because we want to come out of this one step up, one step down, because the economy recovering is too fragile, it's too weak for them to adjust rate at this point. Let's watch the outcome but I don't see anything major change in the MPC meeting. Don't see it.
You can tell. You can also tell from the inflation figure that is dropping. Then the bond auction that was held last week after the Salah break that settled on Friday. The stop rate for the long end of the curve is at 13.15. So it's actually an indication that they don't want rates to go up. So they're managing rate, as a matter of fact, because if you check the volume that was sold, they brought out 50 billion to sell. It was massively oversubscribed, but they ended up selling only 51 billion on the longer end of the curve. So that is an indication that it is a managed auction. Yes. So they want rates until after the until after the MPC. And my take on all of this is the equities market will rally in terms of interest. So sentiment, the market sentiment is risk on. Why I say risk on, there is interest of investors to take on more risk, and so they are buying the equities. They expect the equities will rally and close maybe around 45,000 points all share index, right?
Yeah.
Now, while all of that is happening, bond price will be coming down and bond yields will be going up. Now, all of this will culminate in 2022, first quarter, when there is no incentive to buy the equities anymore. They will exit the equities. And by that time, bond yields will probably be at 15% or 15.5. Then there will be a shift from the equities market back to the bonds market. So between now and first quarter next year, there would be more like a carry trade between equities and bonds.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. Yeah, thanks.
Hello, Ambrose.
Yeah, I'm with you.
The 4 stocks that you put forward are stocks to watch. Can you give us brief reasons for those 4 stocks?
Hello?
Hello?
Come again,
Did you get my question?
No, I didn't get your question.
Yes. I said the 4 stocks that you put forward for us are stocks to watch this week. Could you briefly give us reasons why you put forward those 4 stocks?
You know, before now, before I give you stock to buy, there's something to be technically or fundamentally. For buying UBA, you are expecting UBA into dividend, and your Q1 number is not bad. Technically, the chart of UBA is positive for me. For FCMB, who's playing this music now? Hello, who is playing this music that is in now?
No, just mute the person. You're the host. Mute the person.
I've done that, Haribo. Sorry. Hello. Can you hear me now?
Hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah. The reason for UBA, as I said, I can't give any stock anywhere without giving you a reason why we are buying it. For UBA, one, look at the price of UBA, and UBA is a stock that in the financial sector where we're expecting the numbers in that sector to look up due to factors that is we expect to impact them before this first half of the year. Not only that, UBA first quarter result is positive, and we expect that trend to be sustained in their Q2. And its Q2 is coming with what? An interim dividend. And I don't see UBA paying the 17 kobo they paid last time this season. I don't see UBA doing that this period. Either they go back to their 20 kobo or something above. That is one. And also the third one, technically, if you look at the chart pattern for UBA, is promising that it's an uptrend for UBA, a breakout. That is one. For FCMB is a bank or good, but the numbers we are seeing there shows that they are going somewhere. And while they are expanding their kind of their conglomerate, expecting that will reflect on the bottom line of FCMB going into the future. Technically, that the price have tried to break down around 290, 280 for a long time. That means if results come and results beat expectation, you see that stock in uptrend. Not because of entry, they don't pay entry dividend, but their numbers are becoming stronger. I see that it's going to impact going to the future. For Fidelity, purely on technical analysis and their fundamental, Fidelity has formed a good shape for me. So that kind of shape technically has formed shows that it's going somewhere. I'm just waiting to see volume, and the volume issues in their activities last Friday. I saw that volume on Friday. I want to see what happened on Monday. That's why it's among the stock to buy. For Adobe, we're seeing what's happening in the industry. There's already a breakout on that sectorial index for the sector, and the numbers that are coming there are also indicating where we are seeing what we are going to see in that industry. And don't forget that Adobe before now acquire another company. We expect that in the first quarter you don't see the impact of that company, but now at half year we'll see the impact, like to see the impact of the company on their number. Like I said, when a company earnings is looking up, market is looking up, price is bound to look up, and that price look up is what I expect that this first stock will enjoy that rally between now from next week before the end of the month if their number hit the market. Don't forget that only UPA will come in August because they will audit the account to come at the other from second week of August before we can see UPA number. The four of them has all it takes for you to position in them for medium and long term.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
Thank you. God bless you. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Mr. Ambrose.
Okay.
This WAPCO
okay.
Has been partnered. Then Vital Foam seems to be like waking up again. What's your take on this?
For me, well, for WAPCO have given us a good chart pattern. It's consolidating at a price, waiting for a breakout. And when you are taking this kind of stock, your eye is on the volume and factor that will make it to break out. One factor that will make that one to break out and where it is now is their number and also the perception in the sector generally. For me, I see that sector is still having a positive sentiment because of the infrastructural gap we're having, and also the government in power trying to make sure that we have more infrastructure, which also drive the sales of that sector. Knowing that by last quarter, early this year, their price was jacked up for their products. For me, there's nothing to fear about WAPCO. WAPCO is a stock to hold. I think WAPCO doing 26, 28 easily when the results come back and it is positive. For Vital Foam remain one of my best stock. Yes, those that attended the masterclass, the first one, what made money there, was still there because we sold half of our position. I see that stock touching 8 naira. You say why? People have entered rally, sell because, but when the result will come again, that result again, people are factoring in now. But when it comes to open eyes, people are knowing that September is their end of financial year. The result will be the first result will come in December, before December, around the 20th December or 29th, before the end of December. For that,
it usually come on the 31st.
Once they release their,
this is a working day.
Yeah, once they release their third quarter, it will open people eye now to position for that dividend. Don't forget that the way they grow that dividend from 42 kobo to 72 kobo, they are likely to even to pay higher with the number we're seeing. As our second quarter, they have almost 1.99 kobo, almost 2 naira. As their third quarter also give us where they are going. For me, that trend of Vital Foam is still in order because earnings is trending up, price is trending up, and market is also looking up at this point. For me, you don't have fear if you are in Vital Foam. Just watch and see the result. Yeah. Yes, before the internet, because the internet today.
Hello, Mr. Ambrose.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead, I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw very high volume in Sterling Bank, traded in Sterling Bank.
Okay.
I've been noticing it. In fact, it's one of the most traded for this week, even last week.
Yeah,
I don't know what's your take on
Sterling Bank. If you look at the volume in Sterling Bank and that of Jais Bank, it's almost the same. Only that Jais was like a one-off. We saw almost 200 million traded. But for that of Sterling Bank, we have been consistent volume. But I tell you that these two banks, their business model is almost similar because Sterling Bank is also going to interest-free activities and that of Jais Bank. But I see that with the Sterling Bank having commercial business and interest-free business, I see a lot of potential for them. But I want to see the number first before I can really look at, because I want to combine the numbers and the technical analysis to advise. But for me, in terms of volume, we're saying volume, let's see a major breakout. Because I'm sitting between 167 and 170 and 151 and 148. These are the price until breakout from this region before we can now say we're seeing a new move in the sector. Let's watch Sterling Bank.
Okay. Can I share something on Sterling Bank?
Go ahead, sir.
On the 19th of July, it was more of a sale deal of over 80 million. I don't know if that was a cross deal, right? That was what brought the price down to 152, 152. Yeah. Now, quarter on quarter, when you compare Q1 2020 to Q1 2021, their profit after tax grew by 15.98%. So, like you rightly pointed out, anything around 148, 152, I think is a buy for Sterling Bank. The profit is growing marginally. Well, you can't compare that to Wema. And that is why we are seeing what is happening in Wema right now. Wema's profit quarter on quarter, 2020, 2021, grew by 33.6%. And so, like Ambrose usually says, when the fundamentals are there, when the earnings are there, the price will gravitate towards the earnings. So at some point, Wema Bank was flat. But as a result of the digesting of its numbers, people started buying it, yes. So the same thing will happen to Sterling. Ironically, when Ambrose recommended Fidelity, I quickly went to check Fidelity's Q1 result. Q1 2020, Q1 2021. It grew by 63.7%. That is massive. And if you check, since Fidelity touched 2 naira 10 kobo, it has never gone back. There's been massive activity from the directors, both the MD, executive directors. They've been mopping up massively. And I think that is likely because they know something positive is happening in that space. So Sterling Bank will most likely follow suit. At least it did not declare negative quarter on quarter. It's positive 15.98 compared to some others like Stanbic is at a loss of 45% quarter on quarter. GT Bank is at a loss of 9% quarter on quarter. FCMB is FBN First Bank is at a loss of 32% quarter on quarter. So I think Sterling Bank is not a bad one. They are also angling for what's it called now? Holdco structure. Yes, I think they have an approval in principle for Holdco. So it is now the implementation of it that will determine which way forward for Sterling Bank.
Yeah, thank you very much. Like I just said again, because they are having two kind of operation. Now they are going to do interest-free, like what Jais is doing. And they also have their commercial bank activities. It will be a plus for them. That's why I say it's a watch for us, but it's not among the stock we pick for this week. Let's keep our eyes on it. For Fidelity, FCMB, UBA. Thank you very much.
For FCMB, Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah, go ahead, I'm with you.
I said the acquisition of the insurance company.
Yeah. ICO Pension. ICO Pension.
Yes, ICO Pension. It should. Yeah, I think it should have effect on their results this quarter.
But that's
the result. Possible. It should have effect. It was consummated.
Too soon to tell.
Then I want a personal advice from you. No, you are our analyst.
Go ahead, sir.
I got some sizable number of Oando at. I bought some sizable number of Oando at 3 naira. I'm a trader too. At what price do you think? Do you think one should wait to maximize profit to wait after they release their figures, or once it gets to like 6 naira, one should opt out?
Yeah.
What was your target price? What was your target exit price?
When you are entering.
Honestly, I'm looking at 10 naira.
It's not far-fetched.
That means you will see that
you are not a trader.
You have to see a lot of circles. That means you have to see a lot of circles. You see a lot of circles.
Wow. Is it visible?
You are not a trader, but if you can you're waiting. No, if you're waiting for 6 months to like 8 months, you get there, because I see that at around 5 naira, 6 naira.
You know what I've been doing for Ando. I know there will be a day like this. I've been buying. If I want to buy, I buy like 2 million units. Okay. As soon as one gets to like this, and I'll sell that one, so that the cost of funds, the gain I gain in that 1 million units will be like the cost of funds.
Yeah.
But fortunately for me, I was fortunate to like keep the. I've not sold this one now.
Okay. No, don't take your profit. Don't be greedy. That was advice. Don't be greedy. Take your profit and wait. You might not sell. You might not sell all. Take your profit, but just at a good place.
This is my advice. This is my advice. If you have up to 2 million units, always understand that it is better to sell into a rally. Now, if you wait until that rally, meaning the rally I mean is when there's full bid, you can always sell into the bid. Now, if you wait for market to even out, you'll now be looking for bids to sell into.
Yes.
So now, what will happen on Monday? Just like Alaji said earlier. Now, for somebody who is interested, when you see full bids on stocks, continue to pay attention to it and see when the momentum is dropping. That gives you an idea when you should get out.
Yes.
So see what happens. It closed on full bid on Friday. So see what happens on Monday. If it closes on full bid on Monday, see what happens on Tuesday. The moment you start sensing that they are beginning to bring out, and so you may not likely sell into the bid, then that is when you should exit. That has always been my position, and it has worked for me.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, they will start running up the class. I think for today. Hello. I can't hear you again. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Mr. Omordion, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
I can hear you. Good afternoon. I was following your analysis, but the interruption in the network disrupted.
It is terrible today. I've not experienced it.
Yes. Now maybe you should make a lot of money and buy a satellite so that you don't go through all this.
That's why we need to make more money. We actually we are here together so that we can make the money. No problem. By God's grace.
Yes. Now you have drawn a line at around just about 4 naira or so.
Yeah, that's the first one. The breakout.
What's the next breakout? What is the next resistance?
I'm looking at. I told you. I said 580. Then he pulled back. He pulled back at 6 naira. If we get there, but I'm telling you, Owando will still get to 10 naira, but not immediately. It was there like that. But what will give Owando another push is the numbers we're expecting. That number that they would agree is very important because it will not give up. Because for almost 3 years now, we don't know what has happened in the company. When we see that number, we cannot fix our eyes where it's going. Yeah.
Okay, so we're expecting a pullback around 6 naira.
Yeah, major pullback. But when they break out this, I know that it's going to break out on Friday, on Monday, 4 naira to around 420. But around that 5 naira, 580, I expect a pullback on the naturally. But if market, like we discussed here, the bid start fading out from Tuesday or Wednesday, but the way it's going, you need to touch that 580 or 694 is good. But if the bid and offer determines what happens from next, but I know that on Monday it's going to break out 4 naira. That is for the first resistance level, which I drew the line. Then the next one looking at 5 naira, 580, 6 naira within that period. That's price range. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah.
Mr. Ambrose.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me. Hello, Mr. Ambrose.
Go ahead, sir. I'm with you. I can hear you.
Yeah, I have one information on Owando, although it's from a grapevine.
Okay.
I was privileged to talk to someone that works in an oil company. So we're talking about Owando. So he was now telling me that one of the major marketers, is it Rain Oil or one other, Rain Oil and maybe AA Rano, are planning to buy Owando. I don't know how true it is.
This another information.
Okay, I can tell you this.
And from the beach. Okay.
Run Oil is already in talks with Eternal Oil. So I don't know if they want to add Owando to it. Rain Oil is buying Eternal Oil.
Okay.
They're already in discussions right now.
Okay. That's
is it their one more comment? Is it their downstream sector they want to buy, or it is their upstream sector?
Eternal Oil is a downstream sector.
Yeah.
So Rain Oil. So if Rain Oil is interested in Owando, then it has to be the downstream.
Downstream, yeah.
Downstream, because Rain Oil doesn't have any experience in the upstream sector. If they are looking at Owando, they will be looking at the downstream sector of Owando.
No problem.
It's similar to what Adova is doing with Enyo. Picking
exactly.
up all their stations.
Yes.
You know, so Adova is picking up all their stations to increase their presence.
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
that told me about the Adova and Enyo too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a good one.
Now, excuse me.
Go ahead.
I want to ask a question. It's very speculative.
Yes.
Which of these downstream company will Dangote will be wanting to buy?
Good question.
Dangote's brother. Dangote's brother is already the owner of MRS.
Both MRS.
Dangote's brother is the owner of MRS. So they use Dangote to resuscitate MRS.
MRS, that is the next one. You are correct. That is my answer for you. MRS is the next one. Dangote will be looking at.
Now
Ambrose.
The reason why
listen, hello, let me talk.
Okay, let Alaji discuss with us.
You see, don't go by speculation.
Okay, sir.
Let me tell you who own MRS. People don't know. Go and check the record. AMCON is the one that owns MRS. Even the chairman has left that company, he says, because they are owing bank and AMCON have taken over that MRS. So what are you talking to say that is Dangote will acquire something that are acquired by AMCON?
AMCON can sell to Dangote. Is it wrong?
AMCON did not sell to anybody.
I said they can sell. I'm asking, is it not possible?
They can sell to. They can sell to
Dangote. It can be sold to a good buyer. Is Dangote a good buyer? Have you ever seen him acquire anything from AMCON? It doesn't work that way.
Okay.
You see, yes, it doesn't work that way. Let us not go by mere speculation. It doesn't work that way. Okay, an investor always look for a cheap thing. AMCON never sell their thing cheap. Go and check the history. And I can assure you, Dangote will never buy. How many MRS filling stations are there? If you take AA Rano has more filling stations than MRS.
Yeah.
So what are you talking? So if there is this acquisition, you have been talking about Ondo, they are downstream, they are upstream. Ondo is beyond that. They are construction pipe gas line from Lokoja to Kaduna, and that running into millions of dollars. Have you ever factored that one? And they are there. So when you look at Ondo is beyond downstream, upstream, what have you. Ondo, they are everything.
Okay.
So if you look at even the pipe gas, most of the industry, they are getting it here in Lagos. Are they not getting it through Ondo? So Ondo, they are beyond those sectors you are looking into. And for anybody to think that somebody will acquire Ondo, I think Ondo, they don't sell their sin chips. So for anybody to acquire them, that could have been done before. What brings the crisis that they are in for? So they are not the type that sell their portion just anyhow.
Okay.
Yes, they can do an arrangement. They did an arrangement with their own filling station. But have you ever seen the name change?
No.
Have you ever seen any of their filling station not selling product? Not at all. They don't go into those kind of arrangement. Yes, they can do arrangement here and there, but not to the local investors as people speculate. I don't think that works.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
That's why we have you here, Alaji. That's why we have you here.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, let's round up.
Hello, I have this question for Alaji, please.
Okay.
Before you go, I have this question for Alaji, please.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead so that we can round up.
Alaji, please, what is the average price you think anyone can enter Wando for the long term?
You see, for a long time you can still go in. Because remember, before the crisis, Ondo never traded below 5 naira. And today, it's still trading below the 5 naira. So it has the potential to go up. But for short term, mind you, this is a liquid stock. On Friday, there was a demand of 73 million. Suddenly, on Thursday, by Friday, from 73 million, the demand crashed to 11 million. So if a demand of 73 million on Thursday can reduce to 11 million on Friday, it sends you a strong signal that yes, there is rally, but for how long this rally will carry on, I don't know. But mind you, watch the quantity demand. Because when there is no demand, what happened?
Price go down.
Price will drop.
Yes, assuming that the demand of 73 million as a Thursday continue maybe to 50 million by Friday, you can say the rally will go high. But when suddenly I saw the demand close at 11 million, I was shocked. What was the quantity traded? On Thursday, 3 million. On Friday, 1.6 million. Is that to reduce the 73 to 11?
Also, sir, let me just add to this.
Hello, Alaji.
Hello,
there
sir.
is one thing about
Let me add
demand dropping. Just 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. There's one thing about that demand dropping.
Yeah.
I was some of those that I placed a demand of around 3 million shares for Oando. But when I discovered that I was not going to get it because nobody is selling.
Yes.
Are you getting? I placed the demand in the morning when I see 60-something million.
Yeah, the demand in the morning was 60
I knew I was not going to get it. It's a waste of time. After some time, I canceled it and took the phone somewhere else. I believe it's there are a lot of people too that took that approach.
There are plenty of us. There are plenty of us.
Yes,
I took out a demand of 10 million units as well.
That's what I wanted to
say. There are plenty of us.
You see,
I'm going to put around another 3 million to see if I will get. But if I see that nobody is bringing it to the market, I cancel and take my phone.
Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. Look, you have taken your money to somewhere else. And probably where you took your money, you got it. Ask me, myself and Ambrose on Thursday. Hold on. On Thursday, we bid for Ondo. When we cannot get Ondo, we bid for Ardoba.
Yes.
I bought over 400,000 Ardoba at 15 naira. What happened on Friday? Ardoba goes on. So that money cannot go back to Ondo. If you take your money to the right place and you got the right quantity, you will not take that money back to the Ondo. And therefore the demand has crashed. Because it's the same money. It's not that you went from Ondo and I took position in Ardoba. And this is the position. So when you are moving money from one stock to another, the money available for that stock is dry.
It's drying, yeah. But let's see what happens on Monday. People are still having demand for one. Let's see what happens on Monday. No problem. Okay, sir. Thank you very
Monday,
much.
Tuesday, fine.
Yes.
It can get 10% Monday, Tuesday, but I don't see it going beyond that week.
Okay, let's see how it goes. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. All in the house, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Yeah, before we draw the curtain, quick one as usual. Let somebody just round up with a prayer. Somebody, a Muslim brother, pray for us when we are opening. Let a Christian brother also or sister pray for us to round up the class. Hello. Hello. Hello, house. Yeah. Hello. Hello.
Ambrose, pray for us. If nobody pray, you pray.
In Jesus' name. In the mighty name of Jesus. Father, we thank you, worship you for what you have done today. Father, please protect our ideas, O Lord. Give us the grace to implement at the end of the day in the name of Jesus. We'll not just only be hearing these ideas, O Lord, trade ideas here and there, how to invest, not put into action. I pray that by your grace, O Lord, on Monday, we'll also into action to your own glory in Jesus' name. That at the end of the day, our investment will be better and we'll all have cause to bless your holy name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Praise the Lord.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your
too.
weekend. Enjoy your weekend, sir. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
Alaji Kofi, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ambrose.
Yeah, God bless
Thank
you.
you very much, Alaji.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Ambrose.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Have a great weekend, though.
Thank you, sir. God bless
Thank you, Ambrose.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Ambrose, thank you. God bless you.
God bless you too, man. God bless you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah, thank you, man.
God bless
day. Yeah, God bless you, man. Nice day. Enjoy your weekend, or yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Alaji, thank you, too. Alaji, thank you for your wisdom.
Yeah, thank you.